Hello everyone, Tina here. I hope you're having a fantastic day. I'm so glad you're joining me. Well, today we're creating a 5-step card and we're using a new collection over at Spellbinders called Summertime. It was designed by Lisa Horton and it's fabulous. I'm going to actually have the whole collection here that I want to share with you. I'll be creating a card today and then look for some more cards down the way because we're going to create some more with this fabulous collection. So let's go over the collection really quickly. We have the open lace frame and landscapes. Look how fun. This die set will have the lace frame and then 4 of the landscape patterns. Next we have the Decorative Lattice. It's a fabulous die and it's not a big one. Okay, so it makes great home panels. Love this. Layer this one. This is so neat because if you die cut, I'm going to show you how I use this today. If you die cut this out in a panel, it creates a lattice window. Well, let me just show you. Okay, so I'm just going to pinch out all the pieces and look how neat this is. We'll actually use this on our card today. Let me use my pokey tool. And this is just a stunner. This is one of those dies that are going to be great for stashes. Look how pretty that is. And then any focal point you put on top of this is going to be gorgeous. Just wait and see. You're going to just love it. Okay, we're going to actually use this on our card today. But this is the Decorative Lattice. Then there is the Ripped Edge Circles. These have like the deckled edge, but they're circles. Kind of, if you layer them together, it kind of could look like, what would that be? A wood block? And there is 1, 2, 3, 4. There are 10 cutting dies in here. So we're not going to use this on our card, but I did want to share that with you. And this one here is called Stargazers. So pretty. The stem of the dies have 2 tones on the leaves, and there's letters on the dies that match the stems for easy tones. How nice is that? And then we have the garden planter. Has this pretty little wood grain planter with some flowers. The flowers are pretty on their own too. You don't have to put them in the planter, but I just love that. And then we have this one that has a whole bunch of vases. It's called Containers and Foliage. That foliage alone is just gorgeous. And how cool is that? When I first saw this, I thought that the leaves would be individual, and sometimes that can be tricky putting the leaves on the stem, but it's not the case. Look at this is actually one complete leaf die, and then you put the stem on top of it. You can't get easier than that. How pretty is that? Okay, so that is that. 3 florals, and then there are 2 stamp and die cutting sets. Okay, you know, I have several of these sets from Lisa Horton. This one says Hugs, and then you have some stamps that go with it, and then you have a die that will cut out all the sub-sentiments or the greetings that go with Hugs. The Hugs is actually a 3-piece layering die. Okay, so there's 3 layers to this. So you could have a thick shadow, a thin shadow, or you could have a triple or a double shadow with your scripty Hugs. Nice. I love sets like this because you can mix and match them and get different scenes from them. And then you have this one says so grateful for you, so happy for you, so sorry I forgot. I love sews. I do sews a lot. And so this is the same. This is a smaller stamp set, and it has the coordinating die that will cut these out. And both of these, the dies have rounded edges, so they're not block, something a little bit different, because if you do want these blocked, you would just use your paper trimmer to keep them straight. And then again, this says 2 shadows, and then the scripty so. And this one looks like the so is the S and the O are separate, but it looks like it's easy layering. The Hugs is 1 shot through the die cut machine. Okay, so 8 new dies from Lisa Horton from the Summertime Collection, and I just love them. Okay, let's jump in and create a card. And I'm looking at, let's see, I'm really liking this one. Let's start by doing some die cutting. We're going to be using the containers and foliage. And this is a 5-step card. So step 1, we're going to create our focal point. And we're going to die cut out one of the vases. I'm going to use some Spellbinders Fog cardstock. And then this has a layering piece that I'm going to cut out with some glitter cardstock. And then we have the foliage. Let's cut this out with peridot. And then the stem we're going to cut out with rainforest. I'm going to flip over the stem and we're just going to add this piece to the leafy background. I'm just going to layer these together. I think this is so easy and so neat. Look how fast that is. Wonderful. And then we'll take our little glittery cardstock. We're going to layer this piece over the debossed detail that's on this die. Now the picture shows this vase going this way. Okay, but I'm going to flip it around and have the skinny side towards the top. That actually looks so pretty. And there we go. That's going to be my focal point. We're going to put this to the side and work on step number 2, which is our home panel, which we already did. But this is an A2 panel. I'm going to shrink it because I want a little bit of a border on my card base. So I'm going to take, let's go, we're going to take a 1/4 inch off all around. Now I am going to pop this up with foam tape, so I'll flip it over and put foam tape all around the edge. And that's going to be my home panel. Now we're going to move along to step number 3 and create our greeting. That is where the So Amazing sentiments come in. Okay, first let's stamp. I like that the stamp is just one big piece, so you can stamp all of your greetings at once. Stamp with some black ink here. Lovely. And then we're going to take the coordinating die and cut out our greeting here. And then, let me trim this out. Okay, and then while we're die cutting, we're going to die cut out our So also. We're going to die cut out the largest shadow with some pink cardstock. This is Spellbinders Fruit Punch. I think this was Color Essentials. And then we have some yellow. This is Simon Says Stamps yellow. This one here is Simon's Lemon Chiffon. We'll cut this out with the very top greeting. And then the middle, or the second largest shadow, we're going to cut out with Spellbinders Tangerine. Okay, and then we can add our top layer here. Lovely. Okay, let's go ahead and layer our vase on our home panel. And I'm going to go to the left here. And I did pop up this with some foam tape. We're going to go here. And then I'm also going to pop up my So with some small foam squares. Today we are going to make a So Very Sorry card. So let's add this here right underneath the So. Now I'm adding this on a piece of release paper from my foam squares. I keep them. It just makes it easier. So I may need to flip this over and add a few extra behind the greetings that aren't hitting that frame. We need an extra one here. And here. Now we have a lot of extra sentiments for another day. And now we're going to move on to step number 4, which is our background. We're going to do a little ink blending with some white cardstock. So I have a panel. This one is just slightly smaller than the frame that we created, and we're going to ink blend some Distress Oxides, just 2 of them. I have Picked Raspberry and I have Squeezed Lemonade. I love these 2 together when they mix and create that orange. I'm going to start off with my Squeezed Lemonade. I'm not going to go all the way to the top. I'm going to go a little bit down here, kind of fade up a little bit. Pick up a little bit more Squeezed Lemonade and we're going to blend them together. I like that orange. This is going to go behind our frame here. So I'm just going to flip this over and just tack it down. I have foam tape along the edges, so that works out great. It will just adhere to it. Okay, and then we're going to add some adhesive. And I'm also going to take, this is my card base, and for my background also, I'm going to bring in an A2 panel of fog. We're going to layer this on here. And then we're going to just tack this right in front. Here we go. Now we're going to move along to step number 5, which means it's time to embellish. I'm going to bring in some white twine. I'm going to tie a bow. I'm going to use a glue dot to secure my bow to the vase, just to add a little texture here. And then I'm also going to bring in some Color Essential Gems. These are the silver mix. The silver mix has silver, and then the top have like a rhinestone kind of a color. And on my lattice, on all these little circles, I'm going to add a rhinestone. And that finishes off my card today. I hope you get a chance to check out the collection. I'll be back on Monday, okay, with another tutorial and a little surprise for you guys. So mark your calendars for Monday, and I'll see you again real soon. Bye-bye. Thanks so much for sticking with me to the end. I have 2 more videos that you guys might be interested here. If you guys are new and like the content that you see, click that subscribe button and also the notification bell. That way for future videos, be notified. Also, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. It sure does help the channel. Have a wonderful day. We'll see you soon. Bye-bye.